Hey guys, what's up? So in the last video we looked at lists within Elixir, and now we're going to be using or looking at tuples. And tuples are very, very similar to lists, except in my opinion they're a little bit less flexible, but they are faster. So the thing about tuples is like they're considered to be contiguous, which means that everything is stored in a tuple is ordered from 0 to 1. So if you want to get the length of it, or you wanted to get a certain value by index, and then a tuple is the way to go. Tuples are immutable, like we talked about with lists. So they're very similar, but once again, there's just a little bit less flexibility, in my opinion, when it comes to adding, removing, and inserting elements into tuples. But let's go ahead and just briefly cover them. And the first argument will say my tuple equals, and tuples go inside these curly braces, and we could just pass in any value. So once again, we could have a string, a number, and a bool, which is like true or false. Now, if I wanted to get the length, instead of saying length my tuple, that's not going to work because my tuple is a tuple and not a list. And you can see it's a data type tuple. So if I wanted to get the actual elements of the tuple, then I would say tuple size, which is a built-in function within Elixir, and you pass in the name of your tuple, which is my tuple, and it returns the value 3. Now, if I wanted to just get one particular element, I could actually say elem for element, and I pass in my tuple, and I give it a 0-based index. So 0 is going to be the first value, 2 is the second value, and then so anyway, it starts counting at 0, just like a lot of things do in programming languages. And then finally, if I wanted to actually get the, or if I wanted to insert an element into my tuple, and let's just replace string, which is the first value, and we're going to replace string with Chris. So I could say put element, and then I just pass in my tuple name, so my tuple. And then we tell it which index number you wanted to actually insert this value, and then you pass in the value. So now you can see that the first element is now Chris instead of string. So that's kind of in a nutshell what tuples are. As far as why you would want to use them, basically return data that doesn't necessarily have to change very often. It'd probably be a good idea to return that, like maybe an HTTP call that is returning a status of 200 or a 500 error or something like that. You could pass back a tuple in that instance. So we'll get more into the different data types as we go along further in our Elixir journey here, but just want to thank you guys for watching, and have a good day. Bye. Hey guys, so a lot of you ask me, how do I get my foot in the door to become a programmer? And I just want to take a moment to mention Dev Mountain Coding Bootcamp is a 12-week intensive course that focuses on the technologies of the here and now for web development. Some of the things that they're actually teaching in this 12-week course, it's geared to get you into the industry by focusing on things like jQuery, Node.js, React, Angular, how to use GitHub. So a lot of the things that you're going to need to do as a developer, as soon as you start, they're going to be teaching you in this coding bootcamp, and the entire goal is to be able to get you into the industry within 12 weeks. So if you guys are interested in learning more information about Dev Mountain Coding Bootcamp, just check out the link in the description tab of this video. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.